Kicking us off with a huge week of releases is the magical cooperative game 9 Parchments from Frozenbyte, the brilliant developers that brought us the Trine series. The stories of 9 Parchment follows a group of runaway apprentice wizards who, after becoming bored with their studies, fought to seek out the power of the lost 9 Parchments. Their hasty adolescence to grow more powerful quickly has led to some poor decision making, and now you must help this group of would-be wizards not only find the hidden parchments but also survive. The game allows you to team up with up to 4 friends both online and offline, and as you progress you will unlock new playable wizards and an array of wizard hats to don on your adventures. 9 Parchments is coming to Nintendo Switch and PS4 on the 5th of December.
Oh my Godheads, bodiless deities, lots of variety.
Oh My Godheads has been in early access for a while now, but now the game is not only getting a full release but is making its way to the PS4 and Xbox One. The game focuses its attention around couch multiplayer madness. I used the word madness for a specific reason. With giant godheads, brutal deaths and exploding pies, madness feels like a pretty fitting term. Players can choose to battle in a selection of modes, including Capture the Head, King of the Head and the Trial of the Gods, all of which play out in one of 7 real-world inspired locations. The key element to the multiplayer gameplay comes through the actual godheads themselves. Each godhead offers the player controlling them a different ability, and with abilities like mind control and freezing to death available, these uber power-ups will surely only add to the fast-paced, chaotic multiplayer fun. Oh My Godheads is coming to Xbox One and PS4 on the 5th of December.
Oh my Godheads!
Boiling Bolt is an arcade-inspired shmup bullet hell game that puts you in the thick of a galactic war. After apocalyptic events happened on Earth, the planet was shattered into floating islands, each of which has a crystal that is vital to its survival. In Boiling Bolt, you play as June, a rebel soldier who must do all she can to defend a new enemy from destroying her island's crystal. As you'd expect with any shmup, the gameplay is fast, so the enemies are relentless, and of course there is a ton of power-ups to acquire. Boiling Bolt is hitting Xbox One on the 5th of December. Caveman Warriors is a cooperative platform game that boasts a pretty cool cartoonish art style. Pick from a selection of heroes, team up with some friends and unleash your inner caveman or cavewoman to smash your way through the variety of levels. Caveman Warriors platforming is more intricate than it first appears. You'll need to utilise different weapons and abilities to overcome some mini platforming puzzles. Teaming up with friends should now be easier as Caveman Warriors is coming to a Nintendo Switch on the 5th of December. Rememoried is labelled as a surrealist exploration first-person adventure game, which pretty much seems to sum the game up in one. As you fall asleep while stargazing, a gate to a new world opens up, a world between memories and dreams. This world is about as ambiguous as they come. Your direction through the 20 levels is only shown when you decide to forget about a fragment of that memory. This surreal exploration is fueled by a wonderful soundtrack that fluctuates between electronic synths and classical strings. Rememoried is coming to Xbox One on the 6th of December. A Hat in Time is a delightful platformer from developers Gear for Breakfast and instantly wraps players up in a golden age of 3D platforming. And with this childish art style, out there story and meaningful collectibles together, you'll feel like a kid all over again. The story sees young Hat Kid hit an unexpected mishap when travelling through space, resulting in her losing all of her timepieces, that spacecraft fuel to you and me. You'll need to explore a variety of huge worlds in search for these missing timepieces, meeting some eccentric characters and completing some pretty wacky side quests along the way. The adorable 3D platformer A Hat in Time is coming to PS4 and Xbox One on the 6th of December. After a blob-like alien race has invaded Earth, it's up to Alien Counter-Offensive Response Network, better known as ACORN, to save the day. Controlling the Advanced Military Corporation, you'll need to build and customise walking robots and deploy them in battle to take down King Blob and his alien army. The game features a 25-stage story and a procedure-generated random mission mode to continuously battling. Acorn Tactics is coming to Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December.
We've come too far to surrender now.
Optimizing settings for Dimension Drive Teleporter.
Dimension Drive takes the classic scrolling shmup gameplay and mixes it with a puzzle element to bring us a dual-wielding space shooter. The game sees you fighting against a variety of alien races to save humanity, but the real challenge lies in fighting two battles at the same time. Dimension Drive can be played solo or with a friend in co-op mode, and as you'd expect, the game features a ton of power-ups to help you blow up any alien that stands in your way. Dimension Drive is coming to Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December. Another game that requires you to control two elements at the same time is Embers of Mirrim. The difference here is that Embers of Mirrim is not a shmup, but a fully fledged puzzle game. Playing as a cat-cross-griffin-like creature, you must explore a rich fantasy world that is slowly being corrupted by a dark crystal. To help stop the corruption, you'll need to utilise the light and dark embers to overcome some pretty tricky dual-wielding puzzles. Embers of Mirrim is coming to Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December.
I saw a sign. I had no clue what it tried telling me.
Human Fall Flat is a physics-based puzzle game that sees you playing as our everyday Bob. Bob's dreams are fueled with the thought of him falling. Unfortunately, the path to him falling is often blocked with obstacles and puzzles. As the player, you have a choice to either help Bob fall or just set up some pretty hilarious situations to play out. A temporary added perk to the game is that the Human Fall Flat Christmas lobby is currently active, where you have until the 29th of December to play through some unique levels and grab yourself some exclusive festive skins. Human Fall Flat is coming to Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December.
By walls built from fear of what lay outside it, where a sickness did fester, and a doctor resigned to uncover the fate of those left behind.
Plague Road sees you playing as a lone doctor who's returned to their quaint hometown only to find almost everyone has been infected by a deadly disease. As you play through the 4 different regions, you'll meet some survivors, and it's your choice to whether they provide strength to you on the road or resources for you back at your safe haven of a farm. Combat encounters play out in a grid turn-based strategy system, where you'll have the opportunity to unleash new abilities that you've learnt while on your travels. Plague Road is coming to Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December. Plantera is ultimately a plant growing game with some farming sim elements. You start the game with a pretty basic garden, but by planting plants, bushes and trees and harvesting their produce, you'll soon turn your garden into a worthy contender of the Chelsea Flower Show. As you progress, you'll also attract these blue blob-like creatures, but do not worry, they are not hostile. Instead, they are here to help. They'll even tend to your garden while you're not playing the game. Plantera is coming to Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December.
Jesteś starym gratem, ja cię naprawię zatem, zmienię ci obudowę.
A couple of weeks ago, we saw puzzle game Green Game Time Swapper release on the Nintendo Switch. And Red Game Without a Great Name is also from developers iFun for All and sits very much in the same puzzle vein. This game also sees you controlling a mechanical bird through a series of levels, but this time it's letters you'll be carrying through the steampunk world. Red Game Without a Great Name comes with a tempting price tag of only $2.99 and can be picked up from the 7th of December when it releases on Nintendo Switch. Riptide GP Renegade is best seen as the bad boy of the Riptide GP series. Set in the future of hydrojet racing, you'll play as a rider who has become kicked out from the Riptide GP League. You must now race your way through the waterways in a series of illegal races where stunts gain as much respect as speed. With a host of thrill-seeking locations to race through, death-defying stunts to pull off, and a surprisingly deep career mode to race through, Riptide GP Renegade may be worth checking out when it releases on Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December. The Sexy Brutale is one of the standout indie games of 2017, and now it is making its way to the Nintendo Switch. This unique puzzle game sees you controlling a mysterious character at a masquerade party where everyone seems to keep dying. However, you have the ability to not only rewind time, but relive the day, which will not only help you save the guests of this highbrow party, but also unlock the secrets hidden within this dark mansion's walls. The Sexy Brutale featured in our Indie Game of the Year shortlist and can be played on the Nintendo Switch from the 7th of December. Slain Back from Hell is a brutally challenging action platformer set in an atmospheric gothic world. You play as Barthren, a sword-wielding demon slayer who must travel this gothic world in search of the 6 deadly overlords. If all this gothic action isn't enough, then maybe the awesome metal soundtrack will be. With deadly elemental weapons to utilise, platforming levels to master, and a hair-raising soundtrack to play along to, Slain Back from Hell gets our recommendation when it hits Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December. Teslagrad is an adorable 2D platform puzzle game that plays out in a steampunk version of old Europe. Playing as a young boy who has been caught up in a conspiracy, you must traverse your way through the world and Tesla towers to obtain some ancient Teslamancer technology. To progress with your adventure, you will need to solve puzzles, explore the rich 2D environments, and study the environment for the game's narrative, as not a single piece of dialogue is spoken or appears in Teslagrad. Teslagrad is releasing on the Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December. Vostok Inc. is a twin-stick shooter that puts you in the shoes of the CEO of Vostok Inc. with only one goal in mind: money, money, money. Starting off small, you'll need to destroy just about everything you see and claim its moolah. But as you get filthy rich, you can expand the business, moving to new solar systems and mining the planets for everything they're worth. But who really cares about the planets as long as you are stinkingly rich? The integration of twin-stick shooting, sim-like management and the ability to get offensively rich all makes Vostok Inc. a game worth checking out when it hits Nintendo Switch on the 7th of December. After the civilians of a city have become addicted to an energy drink called Explodes, it's up to our hero Pete Bergessi and his trusty tennis ball to save the day. With simple pick-up-to-play gameplay, you'll need to bounce Pete's ball off walls and enemies to rid the city of these evil energy drink-fueled maniacs. With over 100 stages to play through and ball-busting combos to rack up, Tennis in Your Face may be worth checking out when it releases on the Nintendo Switch on the 8th of December. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock is a turn-based ship combat game with elements of sim management and tons of Battlestar Galactica lore. Players have the ability to upgrade their ships and manage their crew, all while juggling the politics that a war room offers. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock is definitely a game for the fans of the TV show and can be picked up from the 8th of December when it releases on Xbox One and PS4. Twin-stick shooter and bullet hell paladin puts you as Earth's last hero, and with this daunting title comes responsibility of defending cities and destroying the invading aliens. With 40 different stages to play through, you'll need to utilise the game's slick movements to not only survive but win. Destroying enemy ships rewards you with cash to upgrade your war vessel, and with 4 bosses at the end of each level, you will need all the upgrades you can afford. Paladin is coming to Xbox One on the 8th of December. Demon Age is an RPG that draws inspiration from classic titles like Torment and the original Fallout games. Set in the fantasy world of Morrigan, a land that has been overrun by demons, you must form a group of adventurers and venture forth to put a stop to the demon uprising. Combat plays out in turn-based fashion, and as you progress through the fantasy lands, you will have the ability to hire new adventurers and equip better gear. Much like classic RPGs, Demon Age features a consequential decision-making system, so much so that one poor act could turn a trusty ally into a dangerous foe. Demon Age is coming to Xbox One on the 8th of December. The final game releasing this week is Hello Neighbour. Now, if you're thinking, hasn't Hello Neighbour been out for ages? Then don't worry, we thought exactly the same. This unique horror-inspired game has had a playable demo available for quite a while, and that's where all the spoiler YouTube content has stemmed from. So, what's the game actually about? Well, the main premise is based around you trying to break into your suspicious neighbour's house, or more specifically, their basement. This goal is achieved through a lot of trial and error and learning the hidden secrets of your neighbour's labyrinthian house. And trust us when we say there are a lot of secrets to be found. The full release of Hello Neighbour also sees the game coming to Xbox One and can be picked up from the 8th of December. Well, that wraps up a pretty huge week of indie games coming to our consoles. As always, let us know if you're looking forward to playing any of these games in the comments below. And to keep up to date with more indie games coming to your consoles and the latest indie games news and reviews, make sure you subscribe and head over to indie-credible.com.